seen tears from a gangster, so why do we want me to cry?
Everything's falling apart for PlaqueBoyMax's. Now, we already know that Max has been having it pretty rough for the past, few weeks, especially involving around his whole streaming marathon that he has going on and all that. We are aware of that. So I'm kind of interested to see how everything is going on after the fact, because, haven't seen nothing revolving around him lately, since the whole rapper situation and all that. But this video is by Old Meezy. We're about to go ahead and dive right into this, see what's popping, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dive right in.
I think I'm gonna give a sit-down talk. Gonna talk about why 365 really ended and why I really left this. You feel me? I think I gotta answer all the questions for y'all. There's that ass I just cannot talk about, and I know it make it look crazy, and I damn near be hate farming myself by doing that, but it's like, I'll take it on the chin, bro. Because at the end of the day, chat, y'all gotta understand, people are fickle. Like, they'll hate you one moment, they'll love you the next, and hate you again. That's why I just gotta do this for y'all, because y'all supported me through all this.
Max, you may not be able to say it just yet, but I'm here to speculate. Ever since Max left the FaZe clan house, I've been seeing some cryptic stream highlights and clips of him saying some things that really have me questioning a bunch of different things. And honestly, I know that there's a bigger picture behind closed doors.
Guys, I am a loser. I don't do shit except sit on my couch and study and plan.
Yeah, there's definitely been a mental shift for sure, like with Max. Like, I don't know if y'all could tell with like how his videos are now. I ain't really watched him too much back then or anything like that, but like his energy compared to how he is now versus to some of the stuff that I used to see, you can tell that the vibe is just totally different now.
My free time, I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that. Y'all gotta help me make friends.
But you just had friends in the FaZe house. I'm so lost. It just seems like Max is going through his own trials and tribulations that are in plain view, but nobody's really talking about it. Nobody's really addressing it. And for all the friends that he had in the industry, nobody is really saying anything. Now, before I get into any sort of backstory as to how we potentially even got here, I do want to give this caveat. I'm working on a video, or maybe 2 videos, about the state of streaming currently and how it is very, very stressful, a more stressful form of content creation. Max isn't the only one that I've seen crash out over the past couple of months. He's just consistently been on air. But if we look at him, if we look at the stuff that's going on with Phantom, if we look at the stuff that's going on with Banks, if we see why Bruce hasn't been back, there's a lot of streamers out there that have been staples in the community who either aren't visible at the moment, are going through public crash outs, or are just saying screw all this. Views are down, mental health is down in the space, and honestly, burnout probably is the smallest version of the word that we should be using for what's going on. But we'll get into that in another video. The reason why this Max stuff is so strange to me is because literally just a year ago, he was hitting incredible highs in his streaming journey. Like, his subathon last year saw him get the 5th most subbed person on Twitch. Like, he was at the top.
All those group trips, Hawaii, when you would take us, you know what I'm saying? Every day during quarantine, when you would wake up, it was just me in the house, and you would make sure to give me a hug every day in the morning. I appreciate that. I just want to let you know, Mom, I would never take it for granted, Mom. And I always got you. I appreciate you guys for always being there for me, bro.
Have you missed one day yet? Dabo, I'm gonna call you back. You haven't missed one day, right? Nah, no days missed, bro. No days off. But you're on track to get streamer of the year, real talk. I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Congratulations to my nigga Matt Chat. My dog hit, man.
That nigga was actually
that nigga gonna be streamer of the year,
bro.
And if he don't, he gonna finish top 2, top 3. I don't care. He gonna be streamer of the year. And what's so cool about it is that nigga is gonna become streamer of the year doing the same shit he's always been doing, making music, gang.
Whether it was having some of the bigger streams with some of the biggest artists and making crazy big moments, or it was winning awards at any of these streamer award events, PlaqueBoyMax was posed to be one of the top streamers in 2025. No small feat. I'm literally talking about being up there with the Kai and Speeds. That was the conversation. But despite all that momentum that he had going into the year 2025, and as the summer closes, as we are in the middle of September, those things didn't really pan out. Something happened, and it probably started with that whole Banks Aiden situation. There was drama behind scenes, and then ultimately him leaving the FaZe house. All that momentum from 2024 didn't carry into 2025 though, and there have been a lot of things that happened, but here we are, middle of the summer, and it just seems like there's something off with him as a streamer. Again, I think there's a bigger picture, but specifically with him as a streamer. And I started to really notice it when he left the FaZe house.
Y'all gotta understand there's a lot going on, so in my head, like, I'm just trying to...
Hey, he could just be mentally going through, like, a lot mentally. You know what I'm saying? I know the wordplay with that was kind of crazy, but what I mean by that is sometimes, like, as you grow and continue to grow as a person, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you go through that character growth and all that, some things just not gonna be what they used to be, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna like some of the stuff that you used to do before, and you're gonna want to move differently because you're constantly growing, becoming a better version of yourself every single day. You're not gonna want to keep doing some of the same things that you might have used to do, or you might be moving on a different path that you never would have thought of before. You know what I'm saying? You keep growing every single day, and life changes all the time for people. You know what I'm saying? You're not the same person that you was yesterday.
Figure out, map out what life is gonna be like and how shit gonna work. Feel me? Like, I'm like, hey God, if I'm making the wrong decision, let me know. If I'm fucking up, let me know.
Now, a lot of the stuff that Max has given us over the course of the year has been pretty vague, but we can kind of speculate based on the state of streaming and what he's been saying as to why this might be happening. Friend of the show, Your Bud Tevin, kind of gave us a peek into what potentially could be happening. How do these streamers keep giving so much of their lives to the streaming content that not only are they not being able to build things outside of the world, but they're not even taking care of their internals, their mental and their physical?
I was close to getting into it, you feel me? But like, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I realized that I can't be doing that, bro. If I was to get into this relationship, I would sabotage PBM 2025, 365. I would sabotage this shit. There's no way I could get in a relationship. No bullshit. There's no way. I'll be right back. Go down.
What? Oh, I can't wait to
threw
make
up
this
on
stream
stream
video so bad. But this isn't sustainable, nor is this healthy for not just PlaqueBoyMax, but anybody. Anybody can't do this level of continuous work and think that they can build things outside of it. You literally can't maintain all of it. I think that's why we're starting to see other streamers take different types of breaks. But for Max, it was crushing him. It was literally getting him and keeping him sicker than what he could have been. And to throw away romantic companionship, women? Nah, that's crazy, gang. Now, since he's cut down on the 365 streaming, he's been able...
Now, that's a different level of commitment right there. Streaming for 365 days, no days off, no breaks. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a 30-day just to push myself, and I already feel like that's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Posting a video every single day, no days missed, nothing like that. Making sure that I don't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, you still got to edit the videos and all that. Like, that shit hard work, bro.
Some more intentional streams, and it's opened the door for some of the biggest in the game, like Lil Baby or Lil Yachty or Michael Porter Jr. to come on his stream, and they've created great content for better or for worse.
No, you understand me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Money down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you gotta put money down. Wait, explain to me. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
you understand everything else I've been talking about the whole day.
Okay, so you saying niggas gotta break bread with the stream for you to rap?
Nah, you gonna bust the screen down.
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
today. We splitting.
Okay, so we split the stream
revenue
the
for the day.
revenue
For the day. That's
for
what
you
we
to
do.
rap.
Yeah.
Put my knee up on her neck, I went George Floyd. I be tweaking, she get wet, she gon' wait for me.
And that's cool and all. He is
I ain't gonna lie, Yachty, that is by far the craziest bar that you could ever throw out right there. That's the craziest verse that you could ever put out right there, man.
some of his dreams: basketball, Jaylen Brown, you know, Michael Porter Jr., rap, Lil Baby, Lil Yachty, the Concrete Boys. But that still doesn't address the biggest elephant in the room: what happened with him and FaZe and his love/hate relationship with streaming.
One thing I would say about streaming is way less like unified, bro. That's the worst part about it. This shit not together. Niggas just be doing their own thing. Like niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't feel together. I remember in 2021, niggas would all be live. Niggas might all be in the Discord calls, some lit shit. I remember it was Kai, Bruce, Rage, Silky, and Rat in a Discord call. Like shit like that don't happen. Niggas.
A part of me feels like that he might low-key be stuck in how things used to be. You know what I'm saying? He missed the vibe of how the streaming community, and not just that, but like the streaming content creators, all that, used to click with each other. It's not like that no more. Cause niggas got beef with certain niggas and all that. Some people done fell off with folks and all that. It seemed like he missed that. That's what he missing. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of that segment right there.
Doing their own shit, or niggas beefing, or niggas got problems with each other. It was all the bros. We was all in the basement, and you was just talking about some shit like, what did you say? You said some shit like, damn, Max, I thought you was finna be the one. You fell off. Nigga, you talking like a viewer, like a chat nigga. Like, you feel me? Facts. Rage is my boy, but since he's saying this on stream, I'ma just also say it on stream. This is my brother, like, I fuck with Rage, but like, it's facts though. So just like you saying that, yeah, we all part of the problem. We all competitive. It's cool though. I think competition is good for this shit, but I'm just saying we should all be unified as streamers.
I can't even see you, but I haven't heard you say a fucking word. I ain't gonna lie.
I would have left you, lame ass niggas.
Hey Max, bro. Max.
Yo.
Are you okay, man?
Nah, bro, come on, bro. I'm chilling. But I dare dude gotta leave. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't shit with Navo, so I'm gonna hit y'all later, alright?
Alright, bro.
Alright,
man.
Now we'll get a lot of the full insight as to what happened later on when Max sits down and has his big tribunal calls, meeting of the minds, whatever he does where he announces what happened. But from my speculation and my guesstimation is that this is kind of multifaceted. I think that a lot of attempts to shoehorn something, or some people that weren't necessarily cool with each other in the beginning, is a part of the problem. I think the stakes are higher. I think the commitment is just bigger. I think that there is a intentionality behind streaming in which it wasn't before, which means that you got to do some stuff that you don't want to do. This stuff becomes a job. I know people don't want to hear that about creators, but some of the cringe stuff that you have to do because it's viral at the moment is stuff that you just have to do, even if you don't like it. And also being live 24/7, 365 for X amount of years can honestly become mentally draining. I know it's not technically 24/7.
And then let's not mention the limited amount of privacy that you actually have. You ain't really got no time to yourself, especially being live 24/7 like that.
Understand what I'm saying. And what people also forget quite often about these streamers is that they are kids. And I know in my formidable years, like they are going through in their early 20s, I was making mistake after mistake, left, right, and sideways. And it didn't take me until about my mid to late 20s to really put it all together. But so having all this on public display for everybody to judge your every single move, because this is what my job dictates, can be very, very, very stressful. And to be honest with you, they're still finding themselves. I know if I stuck with what I was sticking with at the beginning of my 20s, I would not be here today. So it's good that people are giving themselves opportunities to, you know, branch out and try different things, even if it means changing up on who they once were. And with that being said, sometimes you gotta go through a rebrand. So it makes sense why PlaqueBoyMax would do something that a lot of streamers didn't do, and that's deleting their Twitter community.
niggas have an opportunity, bro. I will be deleting the com. That is the first point of doing this shit and rebuilding it the right way, bro. No cap. I'll be deleting the com. And yes, I'm making a new one. Yes, of course. With y'all niggas. And we overly tight on this shit. If you're not 5-star, get the fuck out the com.
I know, peak unemployment, minuscule looking news, but we know that Twitter communities can harbor toxicity and hatred and all these other bad vibes and bad feelings.
Man, I got a Instagram. Speaking of which, follow me on Instagram. And then YouTube. That's it. All that extra shit, I don't need it. I don't want all that. Hey, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, like the video. That's all I ask for.
And Twitter communities can create the division that streamers probably don't want to have with their community or other guests or whoever the case may be. So deleting it is actually a bigger deal because it's almost like...
Also, a lot of behind the scenes shit be on Instagram. I be posting it there on my story a lot. And I do my mini vlogs up there too, Insta vlogs. So be sure to tune in to that.
And here, stay with me. It's going to sound crazy. It's deleting a part of you that once existed. I know that sounds a bit extreme, but trust me, there's some validity to deleting a Twitter community being linked to a change in who you are as a person. But now that Max is going down this path of becoming somebody new and discovering himself, he's going to realize that it is very much lonely. I'm going to give a quick little aside and put a bow on the end of the video with this message to him, but I went down a similar path in my 20s. And as a very sober person who doesn't partake in the normal Atlanta young male stuff, I don't own guns, I don't have tattoos, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go to clubs, I don't participate in the strip club culture or whatever the case may be. It is a different walk of life, and I can understand how you can feel as if you are intentionally alienating yourself and how it can affect your mental health. Max,
it's called isolation, man. Sometimes you do need to get away from the world and just get away completely away from everybody in order for you to grow as a person. You feel me? Sometimes you won't even be able to even progress or move forward unless you take that step and get away from everybody. If you can't vibe by yourself or vibe alone or be comfortable alone, you are going to have a very hard time in this world, especially when it comes to chasing success or even streaming, YouTube, or anything that it is that you want to do, because nobody's going to believe in you at first. People going to switch up on you. You're going to have niggas hating on you for no reason. Like, it's all a part of the game, and it's a tough path and road that most people don't talk about and a lot of people don't understand. You know, it takes a lot of mental strength, and it takes a lot of mental discipline as well. You got to be emotionally disciplined in it too, because you got to be able to handle all that. A lot of people ain't able to handle all that, man. You gotta do what's best for you at the end of the day, because ain't nobody willing to do for you for what you willing to do for yourself. You feel me? Always remember that, bro.
exactly where you are. Trust me.
I am a loser. I don't do shit except sit on my couch and study shit and plan shit in my free time. I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that. Y'all gotta help me make friends. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I came home, bro. I just cried on my couch, bro. Like, and I don't be crying that much. Like,
what is this hair stuff? That's not his hair. I'm sorry. This is completely off. But is this his hair right now? This is not his hair. This is a wig.
on my couch, I'm like, damn, bro, like, I don't even have nobody, bro. Who do I have? I push everybody in my life away. I don't talk to my parents. I'm out here in LA, like, yeah, I got my cousin, but it's like, damn, bro, like, what am I even doing this for? I could win as much as I want to win, but if I'm not winning with people I care about, do it even matter? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Max is going through the same things that a lot of young men at his age go through. I mean, he's 22 for Pete's sake. We got to give him some grace here. Now, the difference is he has a lot of money that can solve a good bit of these problems, but this is still the trials and tribulations that he's going to have to go through, and that's discovering who he is, truly is, as he steps into manhood. And there's no playbook, and there's also a lot of bad faith actors in the space. It's going to come with a lot of trying a bunch of different things that just aren't you, getting very lonely, you know, where it might be a night or two where you cry, but ultimately on the other side of it is pure joy and happiness about the man that you've become. And I know I did not mean for this video to get this sentimental about PlaqueBoyMax, but I see a lot of myself,
man, if we get intimate, we get intimate. Spend time with yourself, man. Learn how to love yourself, because I can guarantee you it's not a whole lot of love out here, and ain't nobody gonna love you like you willing to love yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta get away from the world, if you gotta separate yourself, if you gotta isolate yourself completely from everybody, bro, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know who you are as a person. You gotta be comfortable in your own skin. You got to be comfortable being you, doing the things that you want to do. You got to consider the stuff that you want. What everybody else want in this world don't matter, bro, because they not living your life. As long as you are happy and you are comfortable with what you doing, you know what I'm saying? That's really all that matter for real, bro. Nothing else matter. Nothing else matters, man. Especially if you dissatisfied and you don't like the position that you in. Also, another thing too, the more time that you spend with yourself, I don't know if anybody's ever tried this, but have you ever just tried sitting in a room, or not even just sitting in a room? Have you ever just drove, no music, no nothing going on or anything like that, and just let your thoughts run? You know what I'm saying? That's when it gets loud. Because then all those unfinished thoughts that you ain't never got to finish processing, or everything that you've been putting off, it all start hitting you. You know what I'm saying? It all start hitting you when it get real quiet. That's when it's the loudest in the room. When you completely cut off all distractions, you ain't got nothing distracting you from the problems that are directly in front of you. You feel me? You gotta face that. That's where you really get to know yourself. That's where you really get to learn about the things that you do and don't like, what you willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to go for. But other than that, man, hopefully Max gets everything sorted out the way that he wants to and all that, and he ends up coming to terms with himself. You know, because it's a process for sure. Definitely for sure. But moral of the story, bro, just do it for yourself. I'm out, y'all.
Ain't never seen tears from a gangster, so why do it want me to cry? Fighting depression, talk to the spirits, use them justice that help me get by. But I cannot lie, that she hurt me bad when I got that call, told me you died. Like how the fuck can they take you? Man, I hope I wake up, it's a lie. Couldn't walk to that hearse car, I remember the words and I remember the look in your eyes.